So during the pandemic, I lost everything. I lost my husband, he passed away. I lost my $48,000 a year music teaching job. I lost my car because I couldn't make the payments after losing my job. I lost a huge degree of my health from the stress of losing everything so quickly, to the point where I could barely stand or walk for several minutes. Only dance was the only thing that I could kind of do for a little bit longer, because that's one of my passions. You know, when you do something that you're passionate about, your body just can handle it, you know. But even then, it was limits with how long I could dance. And lastly, I lost my home in 2022. I didn't know what I was going to do, but during the pandemic, I ended up watching one of my favorite artists, Bruno Mars, and watching some of his videos. And I realized something. All of those things that I lost that I thought defined my identity really didn't. And by looking at his videos, I remembered my true identity of what I really wanted to do when I was a little girl, even through my teenage years, the things that I really wanted to do with using my gifts and talents. But I went off track by following the advice of people that I respected. And I know that they meant well for me, but it wasn't my dream. It was their dream, but not my dream. So watching Bruno Mars inspired me to get back to who I truly am. And when I lost my home in 2022, I knew that this was my square one of going after my dreams. I was crushed, but I was like, I gotta do this. So I decided that I needed to get at least a job that I can handle physically. I knew I just couldn't pick any kind of job because I was really, really weak when I, got really, really sick. And I needed something, a job to where I can use my brain more and not my body as much. So I said an admin job. And I said, I got to get me a good admin job. And I got the job. The next step was I got to get my energy back. I got to get strong again. I got a gym membership. And really, the gym membership was not on purpose. It was because I became homeless. And in order for me to take a shower every day, I got a gym membership so that I can go to the gym and take a shower. But me being me, I was like, I'm not just going to the gym to take a shower. I'm going to work out. Even though I'm weak, I'm going to just work out a little bit every day. And that blessed me to get strong again. And then I was able to take on a second job where I'm doing retail, and it's a physical job. It's a very labor type job, but I'm able to do it. There are some days that's harder than others, but I'm able to do it because I'm getting stronger again physically also. And then I had to work my way of getting a car, my own car again. And my car also became my home because I was sleeping in my car. And during every time that I was able to afford to get an Airbnb on the weekends, that would be my time. I get to practice my music and work on my dreams and goals a little bit. But I was still in survival mode, y'all. I was surviving. 2 jobs, living in my car, and still working towards my dream. At the beginning of 2023, and I'm starting to the point of December 31st, 2022, New Year's Eve, it was one of the worst days of my life outside of the day I lost my husband and both of my parents. I was low, very low. It was raining tremendously outside in Southern California, and it was just pouring down raining, and it didn't help how depressed I felt at that moment. And the reason why I felt so low too, because I had rented an Airbnb from November to December, and December 31st was the day that I moved out of that Airbnb, and I didn't know where I was going to go. I was homeless, and I was in my son's car in the rain, and homeless, just depressed. And I remember I had just enough money to get a hotel. I decided, let me get a hotel for tonight so I can have a place to think, to really, really think. And I got that hotel on New Year's Eve. I called my son once it became the new year after midnight. And then I got to work mentally on what I was going to do. Was I going to give up and go back to the East Coast and live with my godmom? Or was I going to stay and pursue my dream? And I decided to stay and pursue my dream. And to just decide each and every day that I'm going to be grateful for what I do have each step of the way and not feel depressed off of what I don't have. And I made a determination. And I remember I made a declaration on my Instagram as well as Twitter about what I was going to do in this year of 2023. And this is what I wrote in my caption. I wrote, "Have a blessed and beautiful new year full of laughter, joy, peace of mind, and abundant health and wealth. As many of you know, I am in a rebuilding stage of my life after losing everything during a pandemic. Rebuilding is tough, but so am I. My biggest goal is to restore all that was lost, and of course, as some of you know, to also have jam sessions, yes, plural, with Bruno Mars so that I can learn from him and create with him. That's a big vision, but I serve a big God, so anything is possible." And then I just go on by saying, what is your vision for this year? Remember, without a vision, the people perish. Proverbs 29:18. And let me tell y'all that since I wrote that declaration, I now have, in August of 2023, 2 jobs now, a big degree of my health back. I'm stronger again. I have a place to live now. I'm renting a room in a house. It's not my own place, but I have a roof over my head now. I got my own car again. And I am able to really pursue my dream a little bit more now that I have a roof over my head and making enough money to invest back into my vision for my life. You all, I share this with you because it's possible. Anything is possible when you put your mind to it. And like that scripture said that I shared in that declaration, without a vision, the people perish. All I needed was a vision. And my vision was to restore everything that I lost and to have the jam sessions with Bruno. Of course, that part hasn't happened yet, but I'm believing that it will. And I pray that, might be the right person that I meet or right person that hears this or whatever may make that happen for me. I mean, what greater dream than to work with the person that inspired you to get your life back, right? Because I'm telling y'all, during the pandemic, when I lost everything, I thought this was the end for me. A part of me wanted it to be the end. I had no vision. But when I saw Bruno's videos and everything again and started remembering who I am, and then God gave me a new vision for my life once I got that part of me back. He gave me a new vision for my life and how I am to use my gifts and talents that line up with what I've always wanted. So that has given me a huge, huge hope to keep living, y'all, because it was hard. It was very hard sleeping in that car. And, at night when you got to use the bathroom, when you got to pee and you got to pee in a cup, and you know how hard that is for a female to have to do that. To go to the gym every day looking however I was looking from sleeping in the car overnight and working out and taking a shower and getting dressed and still looking good and still having a smile on my face on my admin job and my laboring type retail job, still keeping a smile on my face, still bringing joy to other people, cracking jokes or whatever to make other people feel good. And inside, I was hurt but hopeful. I'm telling you, anything is possible. Just in these last few months, I've been able to recover that much because I have a vision for my life now. I pray that the vision happens, but I can tell you that look at how much of the declaration I did receive. I now have a place to live. I now have my own car. I now have money to live off of and to invest slowly but surely into my dreams and goals for my life. I have my health back. I'm strong again. I used to could barely stand and walk for several minutes outside of dancing. It was just something about dancing. I could still do that for some reason, and I kind of know why, because it's a passion of mine too. But can you see how that happened? If it happened for me, it can happen for you. And I share this not just to share my journey, but to help somebody else with their journey, to let you know that anything is possible with a vision. So I want to thank everyone that's been watching my videos so far on this channel and been supporting me as I've been learning this new instrument, the bass, because I played other instruments, never mastered any of them. But I always wanted to learn the bass, and I also used the bass to see if the gifting was still in me to learn an instrument on my own pretty well. And I've been blessed to see that that gift is still activated. It's still in me. So I pray that you all support me on this journey. If any of you know Bruno personally, please make that connection, because he's a huge part of my vision for my life, for me to be able to work with him and create with him and to learn from him and to thank him every day that I can think of. Thank him for helping me to get me back. That is an incredible dream that I have, and if any of you are able to help me in any way with that, or even just investing in my dream by, if you're able to, donate on my Cash App or whatever the case may be, however you're led to help me, or even just to support me on this channel by commenting or liking and sharing and just encouraging me as I'm pursuing this dream, that would mean the world to me. Well, I have to stop because I got stuff I got to do today. But I want to thank you all again, and just to let you know where I am so far in my journey, and pray that I continue to do well in my journey, and pray that you continue to favorably support me in this journey. So thank you all, and you all be blessed.